I don't think I moved it.
You said the other day you had 5. He didn't say anything about it.
And I saw him running around.
And we've had,
I wasn't sure if they were over it or
it's been, well, this side's of the street.
was it over it.
Did we get ready?
You're starting to make Jim a little lonely. You're starting to feel a little feminized. Got girls on each side of him, you know.
Feel like you're being fat shit. Yes, I am. Oh, wow, that's pretty. Yeah, she's doing a lot better. I didn't know you were out there. I don't do it.
London, you're squeaking, be quiet.
That's what happens when you start sleeping.
Okay, everyone, it's 7 o'clock, and thank you for attending. We will do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, council, February 25th, 2024. regular meeting minutes to look over and approve. Any corrections or?
I would like just one to state a little bit different. On the back page, would be, and I was speaking about, ordinance 2020. And you wrote, that you explained that she was incorrect, all that. Just put that the clerk Arbuthnot interjected and explained that it was a resolution and not an ordinance. Please.
Is that the only correction?
Liz? Make a motion to accept the minutes with the correction. Have it. Make a motion.
Okay, now the quiet.
Okay.
Okay, I would have a motion and a second to approve the February 11th, 2025 regular meeting minutes, all in favor, or with corrections. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, council, on your agenda, we have ordinance 2501 brought back up from being tabled.
Can you give us any explanation about why it says the council should provide?
MRSC says that, because the RCW, the town attorney can advise, of course, regarding any legal issues presented by this specific ordinance, but as a general matter, RCW 42.24.180 applies to all government or local governments, including towns and parentheses. And since the town council is a town's legislative body, changing the wording as described in the inquiry presents no obvious general legal concerns.
Could you ask them why it says the council shall provide documentation? You don't provide that.
What I did, yeah, you are providing it to the council. So whoever the council is, you're providing it to yourselves. I said that the ordinance repeats RCW word for word, except replacing the words legislative body with our words, the town council. The beginning paragraph, and I just repeated what the beginning paragraph says. Are there any issues with replacing the legislative body with the town council? So it's just kind of how you are, the town council is providing for its review, each other, I guess, of the documentation supporting claims paid for its approval of all warrants, checks issued in payment of claims and or payroll at a regularly scheduled meeting within 1 month of issuance. So you're just providing it for yourselves to review.
Did you look to see if we had any existing ordinances that might be in conflict with this one?
No, we don't. So I can give you that. Just for added information, City of Connell has the same ordinance. And that statement there, Jamie, any existing ordinance, I just
worded differently. It's still this, I don't know.
I don't see why can't we just change clerk instead of, or town hall?
Versus giving away our
Because,
oversight.
I mean, if this is the way that other towns are doing it, what town has their council that provides the documentation? Councils don't provide documentation, town halls do. It ain't gonna hurt anything, all it is it's more clear that it's town hall that provides the documentation, not town council, because for us to provide ourselves with documentation means that we have to go and spend extra time, let alone the time that we spent not in town council meetings where we're researching stuff on our own. We have to take our time and go down there, look for the information, the documentation, to provide it to ourselves. That's town hall's portion, is there to provide us with all that documentation.
Okay. Yes.
Just trying to clarify, doesn't that just mean that, like, the two people that do the finance part bring that information back to the rest of the town council?
Could be. The legislative body is what the RCW says.
That's just what it sounds like to me, is that you've got people that are specifically finance that go and check the register and do all that, and then they bring that information back to the rest of the council, correct?
But that's all provided to us.
That's all provided to us by town hall.
Okay.
The actual.
We just review what's given to us.
I was just trying to clarify, because I think.
Yeah, I don't understand why the wording would be like that, but, and if other towns are using it, just because everybody else is jumping off the cliff doesn't mean we have to.
True.
Maybe they didn't read it before they signed it.
Yeah.
And didn't
Or maybe they didn't
Does
understand.
everybody understand that this language is copied exactly from the RCW? So even if you do not pass this, we're gonna fall back on the RCW anyway.
Well,
So
that's why I'm saying, if we just change it to clerk, there isn't anything we're doing wrong that's changing. Yeah, we can. Why can't we? We make our own rules in this town, that as long as it abides by, state and federal law.
the RCW is what this says. So
There is
if you
nothing
want to
illegal
change-
about changing that word. To where it's more,
Then it
more
doesn't
clear.
follow the RCW.
That's what I'm saying, it doesn't follow the state law, if we change it from the legislative body to the executive.
You do understand that towns can change their laws different than
State law.
state law.
I didn't mean
It's
to define
for-
a different law than the state.
Because not all applies that apply to Washington State will apply to each and every town. So you can take, the RCWs are basically just laws that are written as a guideline. And most cities and towns will basically just take that as gold and just run with it. And, I don't know if there's been many people that have ever really caught that and noticed that, and I don't know, maybe there are some towns and cities that are actually, the town council is the one that's getting that documentation,
Okay,
but
so
that's not something
that is
we-
your hang up, is those two words, town council.
Well, just council,
Okay.
should be town hall, town clerk, whatever you
But
get.
that's the council's hang up.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just that one.
Well,
Phrase it.
and the one down here that says the town council of the town of Lynn does authorize the issuance of warrants and checks before formal approval by the council.
Well, that's what you have me doing right now. That's what you have me doing. You have me writing checks before you're approving the writing of the checks. I have checks written in the office right now that you have not approved yet.
That's why I said in the announcement.
Okay, but that's what that
Because
paragraph
you
says.
need to provide us with the warrant register.
But That's what this ordinance is for, so that it makes it legal, because what I'm doing is not legal.
Well, that's why we're saying that if, for stuff that's just regular bills that gets paid out every month, every year, that kind of stuff, you don't need approval from town council for something that needs to be taken care of.
We do.
We do.
Well, that's why we wanted to have something to where you guys can write a check, if it's for electricity, things like that. But that word puts that puts town council, if it's worded like that, it makes it our responsibility to go and get the documentation ourselves.
I also have a problem with the bond amounts. Right now, we have increased ARPA's bond to $100,000. We did that for a reason, and this would lower it to $50,000, and I'm not comfortable with that.
No,
It says no
not
less than.
Well, still, you're proposing $50,000 on the paperwork.
It says
Not less than
faithful discharge of his or her duties in an amount not less than $50,000.
So I'm over the $50,000 mark by your motion that I be over. I can't change my bond for another year regardless of what. Because it's set, it's paid for, it's set at the $100,000 that you declared it to be at. My bond is set by council say so.
Well, I read the RCW. There's quite a bit of things that I got tripped up on because I don't think it applies. Like the taxing districts, it says that this RCW applies to taxing districts who have the ability to put burdens on property and add Valera basis tax, which is a tax based on value. And you cannot be within the category that you get that 1% from the county. So that to me says that that doesn't apply to us.
Which RCW are you reading?
The 42 dot, I'm on listed on the front. Yeah, 42, 24, 180.
Okay. Legislative body of any taxing district as defined in RCW 4309-260.
Okay, and you go into the definitions,
Right, and that's, we're a taxing district.
but we do not have the right to add Valera basis taxes based on the value of property. I had to do a lot of research to figure out what that meant and finally figured it out. And we don't have that ability. So unless it can be verified through an attorney and you can provide me proof and documentation
Down
that
here,
it
and
applies,
did you,
then I'm not comfortable with it.
I apologize. Did you read the reviser's note that taxing district was redesignated in 1995 as a local government?
I read the entire RCW, I read what it was revised from and to and when, and the way that it reads, like I said, it would have to go through an attorney. I am not an attorney, but the way that it reads to me and the research that I've done, this does not apply to us. Like I said, if you could come back with something from an attorney that is documented proof that this applies, I would reconsider it.
So I move to table this again until the next meeting. I would just like a real clarification of why it says the statement that I have. I thought maybe I would have layman's term explanation for that.
All right, council, on your agenda, it says town attorney. And, I would like to, let the audience as well as, the rest of the council, interviews of, 2 law firms were conducted this last week Two council members involved were Anna Dobbins and Jamie Schmunk, along with clerk treasurer Barbara Pence and myself. Ogden Murphy Wallace, PLLC, from Wenatchee, and the two ladies named Julie Norton and Caitlin Schilling. Municipal legal services that they provide for. They let us know that Cashmere, Sprague, Wapato, Soap Lake, Bridgeport, Kittitas, Grand Coulee, Springdale were named. Julie Norton joined the firm in 2006, and Caitlin Schilling joined in 2018. Their pay proposal for paralegals were from $105 per hour, and the senior partners is $325 hourly rate. The second law firm that was interviewed, Bishop Law Office from Garfield, Mr. Eric Hansen. He was, or is, sole practitioner in the office, took over practice from his father-in-law. He himself has 13 years of experience. Father-in-law practiced 45 years. So I'm sure that he was involved beyond 13 years. Municipal legal services for 13 small municipalities in Whitman County, Spokane County. And he mentioned Lamont, Latah, Farmington, and Albion, which is about the same size as Flint. Municipalities that he represents are on a retainer agreement, the set amount each month, proposing $750 per month. His hourly fee is $275. Both firms stress working for and representing for the best of the town. Both provided legal advice to the corporate body of the town, mayor and council. So according to the RFQ and the RFP that we advertised with, RCW 35A.12, the appointment will be made by the mayor, subject to the approval of a professional services contract by the town council. The contract would be for 3 years, that's what was advertised. With all considerations taken, I am appointing the law firm Ogden Murphy Wallace PLLC. So I'll be contacting Julie and Caitlin tomorrow to inform them of the decision and present a contract to the town council at the next council meeting, March 11, 2025, with the approval of council. So Anna and Jamie, do you want to add in your comments?
Well, I don't appreciate, it's my choice and you guys can approve the contract. We did this as a group. We want it presented to the council. We want to tell them what our recommendations are and wish to make a motion to enter into that contract. Or to proceed forward with obtaining the contract. So, we all agreed, we all had pretty similar scoring for the Ogden Murphy Wallace in comparison to the Bishop Law Office. I think that they'll do a really wonderful job. We have a senior attorney, and then we have, is she paralegal?
I don't know, I'm not sure if she's a paralegal or if she's,
Member,
Yeah,
just
well, that's right, she must be,
lesser experience.
that's her experience, but she can do a lot of the work for a whole lot less than an hour. They both seem very friendly and open and said that they would entertain that council member if they wanted to. They could give a call straight to the attorney to answer a question. We discussed the fact that most things would go through the mayor, but there were some issues with the previous attorney, or the current one, that he didn't even take a phone call or answer a question. Any council, so we felt to not be represented, like you stated, he represents the mayor and the town. So I think that these folks have a really good idea about municipal law, because that's all their firm does. It's a huge firm. There's lots of people that we can look to. They have lots of information coming and going. They said that they frequently send out notification when there's some kind of legislative change or something coming down that's going to be a change in the future for the way that the town runs or how we do certain paperwork. So they seemed extremely intelligent in that and very friendly, and they said that they would be happy to talk to folks. So I like that.
Question I have is, let's say at the end of 3 years, the council isn't happy with the results, and we choose to end or terminate the contract. Is it something that you're going to follow? Would you say, well, no, I'm the one that has the authority to fire?
According to the RCW and your RFQ that you put out, it says, as per RCW 35A.12, the appointment will be made or not by the mayor, subject to the approval of a professional services contract by the town council.
Okay, that
So,
didn't answer my question.
And 3 years, if you desire to have something new, well, then we have to go through this process again because the contract is done.
Well, RFQs, though, those are supposed to be for
Or
RFPs, but for bid process, yeah, for contracting. So I don't
That's
know
the
why
time
we
there.
Basically, we just want
What's
to
that?
approve
That's the
that
only time that they're
new
required.
contract.
that they're required, so, anyway, okay. So,
It's only for
okay, that answers my question.
construction. Things to do with grants.
no, I disagree, but that's all right.
Because the RCW states that it has to be done through ordinance, with the wage setting, and all of that in order to be the mayor's decision. And this is by contract through the council, so therefore it's
Yeah,
not.
council does contracts, yes.
So you would not be the one appointing them, the council. The council would be the one hiring them by contract.
Well, I made my bid for them, so if the council wants to go ahead and make the motion to offer, then I will go ahead and complete the interview process, I guess.
Make motion that we hire Alden Murphy Wallace attorneys to represent the town.
I second the motion.
Are you pretty set on that it'll be good for us?
Yes.
We check references
Comfortable
and
with them.
everything, they're very knowledgeable.
I just want thorough and knowledgeable,
Yep, they are.
knowledge and not gonna
If you'll
touch this
entertain,
knowledge.
you want to tell them your preferences.
Oh, they had glowing references. Ogden Murphy had glowing references. I talked to Deer Park and Sprague, which are 2 of the 3, and both of them have worked with them for numerous years. Deer Park had been over 12. And they both were, said that they felt like they were the only people that they
Was there a
were.
reason why they stopped working for, like, Deer Park?
They're
No, they still work
Oh,
with
they
them.
still work,
They still
okay.
work for them.
They've just
Yeah.
been working
They're just
for
gonna
them
add
for
that.
They've been
12
with them
years,
for
okay.
over
I thought
12
you
years
said
and
that they
over
were-
3 years.
They've worked for 12 years and not
Oh,
developed.
no, I'm sorry, they have been with them for over 12 years and over 3 years respectively, with Park and Wells Spread. and they continue to work with them. And they, and Caitlin and, Julie, sorry, respectively, with those two. And they are great to work with.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to, have, or offer a contract, I guess, or approve, Ogden Murphy Wallace PLLC for the town's attorney. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, I will do that tomorrow.
Should we have a separation date?
We have to wait until the contract to approve that, and then that will happen, right?
Well, they want to start date and end date.
Well, our next meeting is March 11th. So I would assume that was the beginning. And then from this next year would be January to December, and then the next year would be January to December. So it's kind of fudging on this
A
year.
little bit of a shorter.
So, who's gonna be writing up that contract?
They are.
They are. And, will we have plenty of time to look over that before we approve it?
I would assume that as soon as the office gets it, then you can get a copy, so that there is time for you to digest.
Did they say?
I just don't like getting stuff and then, 3 days later having to make a decision without, enough time to research stuff.
If they want to attend our meetings through Skype or whatever, will we have the equipment available?
Not here.
There's no Wi-Fi here.
Okay.
This is on my phone, I got a hotspot.
They are more than willing to accommodate us.
Yeah, we're willing to attend in person, by phone.
In person can cost.
Well, they're located in Wenatchee, so they're a lot closer.
Yeah.
And
I was just saying is they're willing to do whatever it is that they need for our situation.
You're gonna pay for them if they're on the phone too, so you're paying whichever way you want to look at it.
Travel time.
They weren't gonna charge travel for it, just not the time.
They weren't gonna
Negotiate.
charge mileage,
That's
they were
what I'm
gonna charge travel time. And if they could work it out with another town, they might be able to compromise a little bit with that.
split the travel a little bit on that.
Okay.
They were asked specifically if we would want to give us budget wise and, help us to stay within the budget or, different things like that. So on our normal, regular overseeing stuff that they do for the town, that would all be part of that. If there's a litigation, am I right, Paula? If there's a litigation or a lawsuit or anything, then that's what would cost us extra?
Yeah, that would be the hourly rate.
Right, okay.
Okay. Item C is late fees. Anna Dobbins, so I turn the floor over to you.
Okay, I'm doing this as a president, not council. I have a packet for you guys. Okay, in December, I went in and paid my bill on the 31st. According to chapter 13 in our code online, we do not have a late fee date. According to all the documentation that was provided with the resolutions and ordinances, there's only one with a date on it, which is the 2202. Not even the 2407 that we signed has that date on it. I went ahead and paid my late fee. For me, it is a principal issue because we weren't notified. I gave you the letter that they sent me stating that they were sending out a notice in February's bill, notifying the town of the 25th date for the late fees. And since we haven't been notified of it, and it's not on any of the other ordinances, I'm requesting my $10 late fee back because I paid on the 31st. Not to mention the bills were sent out and received at my house on the 28th of December.
But do you normally pay your payment close to the end of the month?
I usually pay it within a couple days of the due date.
I've got a quick question. Anna, how long have you lived in this town?
No, that's enough of that.
No,
That's enough of that.
I'm just
We're here
asking
to talk
a
about
question.
something. No, you're trying to
No,
get her riled is what you're trying to do.
I'm not gonna raise my voice. I just wanna know how long she's lived in the town.
I've owned my house 11 years and I've lived here for 8.
Okay. There's been several letters sent out through the years about the late fees and things.
I have kept every one of my billings and I went back through them. Thank you.
I was not aware of this 25th date until it was brought up just recently. Had no idea that they had put something on there on the 25th.
I also have the billing that they sent out at the end, or for February, with the little note in it that says they want to remind people about the late fee, on the 25th. It might be my thing back there.
Yeah, that was the newest, the always been the 20. That's what's mistakenly on the ordinances through the process, yeah. And that part just didn't get changed when we had the resolution for the 25th date with the,
I don't believe it's ever been clearly stated that we will receive a late fee after.
Billing procedures, total amount.
When was this?
0303, October 16th, 2003. The total amount on the monthly water statements shall be due and payable 10 days after the billing date. Billing date is the first of the month.
But when you look at it, it says due date.
Billing date.
Yeah, but who the heck sits in the office like you do and studies this entire form? And I say billing date, that's the date you sent it out. But down there it
Okay.
says due date.
Okay, I'll get to the due date. The due date, if the entire amount is not paid within 20 days of the billing date, that's the confusion. The billing date and due date, billing date, due date,
So it is a confusion.
that is the confusion.
Well-
Billing date and due date are two different things.
Well, on ordinance 2202, or resolution, 2202, it specifically states that there's supposed to be a late fee on the 25th.
Right.
I have not gotten any notification of that until February's billing. By her own admission in her own letter.
Late charges in the amount set by resolution of the council. Resolution of the council.
okay, and so with that statement, that's where the 2202 came into effect. When the council made the change from $5 to $10.
Resolution 04.
There was a resolution 0401. And what else was there? There was another one in there. But anyway, the council at that time had changed it from $5 to $10.
The resolution 441.
No, from,
In 22, they changed it
Resolution.
from 040.
Yes. 2202, resolution 2202 amends resolution 0401.
and the ordinance 0303 states that the council does that by resolution.
Yes.
documentation that was provided to me and all the ordinance and resolution information, the only one that says the 25th is 2202.
And that was just received recently.
Yes. And it doesn't state it online anywhere.
Well, that's what code publishing says, that's what I'm reading. This is code publishing. Oh, 303 on code publishing.
Yeah, it says that it's,
1.1.14 billing procedures, letter A, billing, second paragraph, page 418. Second paragraph, the total amount on the monthly water statements shall be due and payable 10 days after the billing date for the water consumed in the previous billing period. If the entire amount is not paid within 20 days of the billing date, late charges in the amount set by resolution of the council shall be added. I can continue with the paragraph.
does it state that it is to be added onto the account on the 25th of the month?
Not paid within 20 days.
Okay, it does not specifically say the 25th.
No, because we changed it.
And the change came in the resolution after that.
Okay, well, how is anybody supposed to know it if you don't codify it and you don't notify the resident?
We don't codify resolutions.
Due date is due date.
Hey,
We don't codify
No,
But
resolutions.
this,
And
Not
we
to
send
mention-
these out at least once or twice a year. So
Okay,
that
well, it
people
still
are
says on the bill due on the 20th.
Right.
Your guys' wording is totally messed up, it's completely confusing, and I think it's completely unfair.
Okay,
To all the
and if we
residents.
give you a refund, what about the other 300 residents of the town that are gonna ask for refunds?
how many years not charged, because they came in the office and had an excuse. I'm so sorry, it was the 23rd, but
that's the.
it was the weekend, and so you,
The
You don't charge
excuses
them late
are
fee.
good excuses, you know that.
On the 23rd, I don't charge late fees on the 23rd. Charges of late fees are on the 23rd.
No, she only does it around Christmas after the 25th, when people are busy with relatives and can't get until the end of the year when they think it's due before getting a late fee.
Hey, did you ever ask me to remove the late fee?
When did I even talk to you before that?
Okay, stop. We have a question.
So I went back and looked at the packet that I got when I moved here in 2016. And I went and got my water and everything hooked up. And it states very, very clearly in that packet that I received that a late fee would be added if the bill was not paid by the due date.
When will it be added though?
If it's not paid by the due date.
that was
The
exactly.
due date on the bill is the 20th.
Well, according to Barbara, the due date is the
It
10th,
also states
and it's
in
collected
there
on the 20th.
that this is determined by resolution of council and may be changed by resolution of council.
But yet I'm being told we can't change the
So
late
you
fee.
got 5 extra days past what that
It's supposed to
due
be 10.
date is. No, it's supposed to be the due date, that's what it literally says, the due date. You guys chose to give them 5 extra days.
The council has the wording in front of them on the different ordinances and rate increases and resolutions, and none of that wording clearly states that we are to have a late fee. It says that penalties are to be incurred if not paid by the last day of the month, period.
Interest is not to be incurred, is to be incurred on the.
And it says nothing about late fees, nothing.
It says, shall be delinquent after the 20th of the month. If such amount is not paid by the last day of the month, it may bear interest thereafter.
And that's what it says on every one of them, except
Doesn't
for
say anything
2202.
about
The late fee. Because the late fee is by resolution, not by ordinance.
But it should be stated in the ordinance and in the resolution so that people can clearly read it.
It's stated in ordinance 303.
You don't, but it's not stated in ordinance 2106 that I'm looking at right here. From 21.
Right, it's in 0303.
So what did you give her when she moved in?
I wasn't here when she moved in, I don't know.
And
She said
that,
2016.
that right
I was
there,
gonna say, that was the.
I had to think,
that is our error. That I told you 4 meetings ago, that part we failed to change change the dollar amounts, we failed to change that paragraph, so that, and
We've never
that's-
changed
I
the
think this needs to
ordinance.
be clarified and made more
it's
to the point, and anything that contradicts needs to be changed.
The ordinance has never been changed. That is correct. Ordinances have never been changed because on 303 states that billing late fees are charged by resolution. Resolution is 2202.
You know, if I was laying in the bill constantly, I wouldn't be standing here, but I am hardly ever late on my bill. And I was going by what I understood our billing to be. What I could read online, what I'm seeing in the paperwork.
Oh, sorry.
I just have a quick question. Could you have called?
I'm not gonna get into this, I'm not gonna discuss with
Okay, you
her.
don't need to throw out derogatory.
I was just waiting for, excuse me.
Stop.
That's enough of this game stuff. that goes
Yeah,
on.
I was just trying to
Don't attack the
clarify.
person, ask about.
It doesn't matter, I had fully intended to pay my bill the moment that I could get down there to pay my bill. It just happened to be the last day of the month.
That's not,
And I don't need to call her and ask her if it's okay if I wait to come down. I try to get down there every day and I got there when I got there.
I meant to ask for it back.
I've been asking. I've told them, I've tried to address this before and instead we spend multiple meetings arguing it.
well, maybe that's a individual, issue, and maybe that does need to come down to the office to do the discussion instead of bringing it to council.
I tried
You
to
have
discuss it
chosen
with you
just-
at the office.
Excuse me. You have chosen to bring it to the council, and you have been heard. So is there, something on the table is trying to get it, clarified, plain and simple, good English, back and forth. We're fighting over resolution versus ordinance. The ordinance is what we go by. The resolution has been changed through the years. It just needs to be, streamlined and actually caught up to date, I guess.
Yeah, needs to be clear, needs to be
Okay.
the
so
same
that's-
on our codification as it is in things you present to people.
Okay, but
So 0303 is, looks like.
It is the water ordinance,
water system.
water system ordinance.
And I think maybe the council could review that.
Yeah, review it, and update that ordinance to where it matches our resolution, to where there's less confusion.
We can just
No.
update it. Well, people can't, don't
No,
have
no,
to go
no.
back to the 303 forever. If we do this, we can have that.
Right, but I want to clarify, the resolution does not govern the ordinance governs the
That's
resolution.
why I'm saying is we need to change the ordinance to where it is updated and there's less discrepancy.
And that's what I
Be
essentially said,
attached.
yeah.
On the codification.
Okay, so,
And I hope you go into the office
You
and
have asked them,
try one more time.
and that was why I got all the paperwork. But I will attempt it one more time, and if it does not work, then I would hope that I can go back to council.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, council, new business, you have item A is mosquito control board member. And it's a 2-year term. It has been held by myself. It's a voluntary position. We meet quarterly, and I just need a motion to continue, with the mosquito Control District based out of Othello, serves the Adams County. What does mosquito control do? It traps mosquitoes. It treats standing water for mosquito larvae. It sprays for adult mosquitoes. And it responds to mosquito complaints from residents. So all you have to do is call me up if it's me. And then I report it to Adams County Mosquito Control District based out of Othello. And then they come and spray, they come and look, they come and assess.
So what does the board member do?
Basically just go to the meetings on a quarterly basis and take
Reports.
Yeah. Do that. Okay, there's a question.
It's a dumb one, but it's a question. So like when you're on that board, like, is it the public that is having to call up before they come out and investigate, or is it like if you just drive around town and that person on that board sees something, then they
Both.
report it?
Both.
The only
So
reason
I
I'm
can
asking
hear
is because I haven't
something.
got a letter in 2 years, and normally if there's a tire or something, or a car or trash sitting around, anything that can gather that water and setting water, it could be fine. Because it's inhabited to create the, whatever, the mosquitoes.
So that's nice to know that you're in contact. So that the residents know to call you instead of,
Or town office.
well, yeah.
Or thank you. Okay. No, I don't think they can do it at dark.
They did last year.
Okay. I'll have to ask about that. Okay.
Sure, they have to abide by EPA
Just a minute,
regulations.
he's still talking. Sorry, Linda, go ahead.
As a resident, it'd be fun to be notified too, when you come to town, when it's gonna be happening, if you can get applied to town, not just show up and do it,
Yeah, I
like last year.
prefer to know too, because I will have signs up, because I have gardens and stuff that, food that I eat, I don't want my stuff sprayed with that
Do
crap.
they let you know? Good question, like if we get in advance, notice it when they're coming.
I don't know when they come. They, normally, what I have seen is they drive around and they drop the pellets down the storm drains for that sand water. That's what I've seen. I haven't had the spray going up down.
I've seen it at night,
Yeah.
like you said, it's bright lights flashing.
Yeah, last year they sprayed really good, and I had to keep my animals out of the backyard so that they, the dogs, so that they wouldn't get poisoned.
Could you get somebody from the mosquito control board to come to a meeting?
Yep.
Answer questions? I was gonna ask that.
And there are other
We
natural
obviously
ways
have lots of
to
questions.
get rid of mosquitoes, you know, there are plants such as like marigold and things like that, and rosemary that deter insects.
So can you, do a motion so that I can continue? Or,
Make a motion that Mayor Paul Bell continues on the mosquito control.
Sorry.
okay, moved and seconded to, have myself, continue with mosquito control board member for a 2-year term. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Motion carries.
No, that's when, it would be handy to have that public address system thing on our phone lines, to let us know when they're going to spray.
Okay. But I'll find out, exactly from David. Okay, council, next up is a horse permit for 601 Vulcan.
Where is Paul?
Up on top of the world.
Behind
Quail
the
Loops.
Where we're gonna be doing quail,
Yeah.
quail loose area. Make a motion to accept the permit for Rosemary Uppington's animals.
Okay, moved and seconded to approve, the, horse permit for 601 West Vulcan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
There's both.
Sorry. They're little. Okay, on the back side of that, that is scratched. So you'll get a new sheet that says, at the very top, revised. Because of chicken dinner. So, this
I'm
is
sorry about that.
to, life. This is for future chickens. At 601 Vulcan, sorry.
Move to accept the permit for 601 Rosemary Uppington chickens.
Okay, it's moved and seconded to approve the chicken permit for, 601 Vulcan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, the next one in line is 113 East 6th, and it is 3 chickens.
Move to accept the permit for Jason Everett at 113 Sixth.
I say it. Just because they're Americana chickens.
Okay, moved and seconded to approve the chicken permit for 113 East 6th. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Sorry, Linda, I stepped on your eye. Motion carries.
May I make a request?
Request.
Why isn't their address on this one that we received?
He, actually was filling it out and said something about details, and I said, you're just renewing it, I don't need the details, and I didn't realize he didn't put the address on it until after he left.
Well, I was just glancing real quick, but it doesn't ask for the address. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Following, okay, the animals shall be kept at the following location, include a detailed measurement of the boundaries. That's where we got our address. Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay,
they're
we can
describing the coop.
Yeah, we can, I can put it down by his name or something. I'm just using the same form that's been in the office for years, so. I never noticed.
So address. Okay, Mayor's report for February 25th. Notice to the public. The bank is asking us to let everyone know that the full name, Town of Lynn, is now required on the checks and money orders that you write to pay your utility bills with. No more just TOL. They will not accept it. So please completely write out Town of Lynn. RCAC, we are trying to schedule the rate study presentation to be March 25th at 6:30. Might be 6, don't know. Before a regular council meeting, and the place is yet to be determined because we will not be here. Dog licenses are due at the end of this week. Get all your little puppies tagged. Wastewater treatment plant, the Huber, that is the auger for rag removal, is needing repairs. Ruel and Preston are waiting for parts, so that's just an update. For the second year in a row, the rags froze, and so it kind of put a damper on the motor. So that's the end of any mayor's report, so I'll return to the finance committee report.
Okay, we have a total of 5 items on the bills this month. Payment to Labor and Industries, the company that was approved before the end of the year to spend the ARPA money. Simcoe has come in and replaced the clay valve in both wells and fixed what needed to be fixed. So it's a bill for $15,853.32. That comes out of the ARPA money. And then Labor and Industries came in and did the boiler inspections, and that was $190. And Umpqua Bank Services, that would be our county credit card. There were some new locks purchased that are being keyed to match the other locks, and the clerk is going to attend the financial boot camp with MRSC in Moses. And then, of course, T Labs is a testing. Any questions? Okay, so I make a motion to approve the warrant check register dated 2/12/25 to 2/24/25 in the amount of $19,014.21.
Moved and seconded to approve the warrant check register dating 2/12 to 2/24/2025 in the dollar amount $19,014.21. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Council, since you were indirectly complaining because there was only 4 bills to pay, next time it'll be a whole page and a half. How about that?
I wasn't complaining, I just thought
I said indirectly.
that we were missing part of the bills.
No, there'll be a bunch more.
Okay, so Jamie, you have anything for comments?
Yes. What are we doing about dogs running loose? There are so many lately. People's dogs running around, pooping in other people's yards. I mean, are we setting out new traps? Are we finding anybody? for these repeat offenders, because it's usually the same dogs we're seeing out.
Owners that I know of have been either face-to-face communicated with or by letter. With catching them, both pickups go out and then you can't find them. As far as traps go, we can put them in people's backyards if they request. Nobody's
How many
requested.
traps do we have that are functional?
We've got 3 little bitty ones and then I think 2 big ones, I'm not quite sure.
And people are
That might
requesting
be-
it, so.
That might be the kennels too, I can't remember.
Dog owners be responsible.
Yes.
I did have a complaint that the same 2 dogs are out every single night after dark. Every single night, all night long, over the same yards, and people are tired of it, so I told them to ask for a trap.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah? I knew you did. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let the mayor know who it is, maybe she can send a letter and get their attention. Not right now, just when you're in the office, or give her a call.
Lady.
Okay, cool. Thank you. My other thing is snow plowing. So I received numerous calls. Folks are wondering why we were plowing the alley between 2nd and 3rd Street before all the roads had been plowed. Why are we plowing an alley?
Don't know. I truly don't know why they went down the alley.
That was just my,
Maybe need to
That
set
is
up
right, I'm talking about.
an actual, like,
Between 2nd and 3rd?
cost-effective
I
adder.
did.
And I would
told
start
them, I
with like the steepest hills first, because
I went out and asked him,
those would be the
Oh,
most dangerous.
Yes,
and he said that he was doing it for the guys that were putting up the fiber optics.
okay.
That was awfully nice of them.
Except that he went into the alley behind the house, but didn't bother to do the street in front of my house
they're not working.
for like 4 days. Mine was the last one that got done. But the
I thought that was
alley,
the point, was why are we doing alleys?
but yeah, he said it was for the guys who put in the fiber.
That was a win.
Okay, and then the other call, the 3rd call actually, about this, the gator that we're using to do the snow plowing, the little machine, seems to have some kind of an exhaust issue because it's super loud and very irritating, so if we could look into that and figure out what part of the exhaust is to be repaired or replaced, actually, okay, that'd be great.
Yeah, UTVs are usually pretty bad anyway.
Well, I know, but the way it was described to me was excessive, and,
Maybe it's missing the muffler.
yeah, or it doesn't have anything inside of it anymore. Is that true? Yeah. Great if you look into that. And that's all.
Okay. Jim?
Okay, James said something about Barbara going to a clerk boot camp. What's that gonna cost?
$500.
$500, and what's in our account for training? So that's half the training for all of us.
No, for me.
I understand that, but for the rest of us.
You have $6,000 for you guys.
We have, ours is separate.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Hers is on a different line item.
Okay. I withdraw that. Also, I've had people complain that when they go online, they can't find current ordinances. They're not caught up, they're not inputted into the computer. How accurate is that?
I don't know, we should be up to 2024. We haven't passed anything in 2025.
So
I'll
we
have to
turned
look
in
into
everything through the end of 24.
Not through the end, because we just did the budget in December, so I haven't done the budget yet.
You
I
know,
don't think I've sent in the budget, the final stuff in December.
do you know what the,
Publishing.
do you know what the general turnaround is for once we send it in? How long it
It
takes?
takes over a month.
Over a month?
So where is it that they're supposed to go to look this up?
Code Publishing.
Okay.
And you just look up Code Publishing and they find it. They've changed names recently, but I don't remember what they changed to. But I know if you enter Code Publishing,
They'll send you there.
they'll send you, yeah.
Okay, we'll check on that.
Okay, and where are things standing with this public address system that we're trying to,
The emergency system.
yeah, the emergency system that we're trying to?
Look to your right.
I provided them with the survey to go out to the bill for March billing,
Okay.
and we gave the deadline of March 24th for people to return their survey on whether or not they would want to participate in that solar system.
Did you put it on red green paper?
Haven't done it yet.
Haven't copied it
I
yet.
was gonna say.
Put it on something really bright so it's noticeable, catches people's attention,
There
because
you go.
we want to try to get those, and also, I was looking over that, we can actually use that for community surveys, to send out surveys to the town, to, you know, like, say if there was something that needs to be fixed or whatever, we can kind of get the townspeople's, you know, opinions on it, and they can also mention things that are, you know, put in notes that are, if they have any discrepancies or issues with it. So, but yeah, that emergency system can be used for a lot of different things.
Those will be in your bill, so open your bills.
And please bring them back into the office.
Don't know whatever we have.
Never we have a lot of.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, last but not least, is Mr. Pizzuti still on our payroll?
It will be, when Quail Loop gets done, he's the, supervisor, inspector, or whatever of, working with Century West with that.
And our new water guy can't do that?
No.
So that's gonna be another how many $1,000 to pay him?
It's whatever it is hourly, rate is.
Okay, and I have a kind of a hard time with this because the community has been complaining that we've had 2 attorneys and we've paid, I don't know, maybe 10 grand. Last month, we had 2 water people and we paid about 9,000 in 1 month. And then we're gonna have another ton of money coming out next month. I would think that they should, or that they would want to pay equal attention to both. 'Cause, you know, I mean, that's a ton of money that's coming out.
And I brought this up at a previous meeting, the exact same scenario that we're paying 2 water guys. And I asked if, you would look into seeing if we could pay Joe out of the project money, because that's what he's doing, he's a inspector for the project. And did you find out any?
Mr. Remick has not gotten back to me yet on that, so he's with Century West.
Could you check on that for us, please, and let us know whether it's needed?
Whenever he gets back, yeah.
Right, that, just follow up on it, please.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I have.
Ms. Dobbins,
I have had residents asking me what we as the council intend to do to fix our income to debt ratio so that we can start getting grants again. How are we gonna tighten our purse strings? What are we gonna cut for expenses? What are we gonna do to bring in more revenue? How do we intend to fix this?
as far as, the RCAC, that might shed some light on, the income coming in. People being, vigilant on paying their bills would help. Also, I don't know, there's no other income that a town can bring in. What's your idea?
Well, London had asked about an auction for surplus. He's been asking for years.
Yes.
I really think that needs to be done ASAP so that we can get some of those funds back into the town.
Yes, that's my fault.
Another option is charging back the $10,000 bond for the clerical mistakes that were made. It's an option. It's something I think that we need to consider. That's $10,000 out of 45.
The town had a $10,000 bond, and there were clerical errors that cost us more than that. Have you looked into that?
We can also, look further into public records requests and, those expenses as well, so, okay.
What does that mean?
The town had to pay for public records requests that went nowhere through the years. I'll fill you in later.
Okay, so that's like very minimal as to what we're gonna do. We have employees that owe the town money for the Department of Retirement for their portion. Do we have contracts for that with the employees? Could we see them to ensure that we know that there is specifically a contract?
It's an agreement, not a contract.
Well, an agreement
But
is
it's,
the same thing, basically. Is it in writing?
is it in, yeah, but it's confidential in their employment file. We have asked the Attorney General's office about that, if that is a public record, and it is not. Based on what it
But I'm
says.
not asking.
If it has to do with
resident.
finances in the city, in the
Right.
town, it is public record, public information.
It
Not
falls
according to
under
the
the
Attorney
HIPAA
General.
law.
Huh?
It falls under the privacy of the HIPAA law.
If it is HIPAA, yes, that is true.
Yes, it falls
I
under
can show
that.
you receipts that it's being paid.
Well, I would think that you could redact the names
Right, I can show you
and
receipts.
show
that
us
it's
the
being paid.
agreement with their names redacted. That's normally how they're done.
We'll check it out.
Yeah, just take out anything that, redact anything that is not
That's
personal.
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 Is that it?
I think we need to really consider this, you guys, and think about how the council is going to address this as well. Because there's problems and we need to fix the revenue to debt ratio. And I don't think that Jack and our rates skyrocketing are gonna help us.
But that's probably the main way.
I get that, but I mean, if we can get these funds other ways as well, we wouldn't have to raise those as much. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, if everybody did what they were supposed to do every day that they were supposed to do, then we would be forward. But they don't. Yes, ma'am.
I need help with my question. So the lady that came a few months ago, that was talking about the grant or whatever for the town. Wasn't there a survey that was supposed to go out or is supposed to be put together to go out? As far as our town's income, like residential
I
income?
think that's
or
the
based-
RCAC.
I need help, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, the RCAC are the people that'll come and do another town survey. The American Families Survey is the normal one. They're the ones that they just call a couple people in town, and then they take those 2 or 3 people to be the average
So
of the
they're not
town.
gonna participate in that to see what we can do to move up or down,
Well,
or?
We
how
can
does
get
that-
our CAC to come in, and they will help us to win, so that we can let the real people of land, a larger group, help set what our
Like
Median.
3/4 of the population.
household income
So you have to have everything with
You
that.
have to do it.
So,
Oh, that's awesome.
and that's, Tricia will reinforce that when we do the, rate study.
I was just thinking, if you're gonna send out flyers for the other thing, you know, add it all into one.
It's gotta be a
We were gonna.
It has to be done specific way.
It's kind of the same, thing with like, the census that's sent out.
Yeah.
It helps smaller towns get funding,
Yeah.
more funding based on the number of people you have in your town. Problem is a lot of people don't like filling out census.
Yeah, I have an
Information.
agriculture one that just came out. So that's perfect.
Well, actually, Rose, may I interject, ask you? Rose is, she went door to door the last time we did this, so, and she was with, what was his name?
Dan, I don't remember his last name.
Dan the man.
Yeah.
But it is time consuming, it is tedious, it is
Is this something you
hours
guys pay
on
for?
hours of spending. So it's not just here, do a mailer and then hope that people return it. Cause that's what we did.
Cost us to do that.
One time we sent it out, didn't get enough. So then the second time we sent it out, do I have to do this again? I gave it to you. No, if you gave it once, ignore this one. So then we tried to get more people, and then that's when Rose and Dan went door to door to door to door.
That's where that emergency thing would come in handy. Yeah, because you can do the surveys, but also one question that I can't remember who it was, somebody mentioned something about not wanting to give their phone number or email. You can actually download an app on your phone, tablet, whatever, that actually it's for that company. You can download the app and nobody has your information. Everything's done, it's no different than having a Facebook. You give Facebook your email, your name, whatever, but you don't have to give them any pertinent information. They're not gonna ask for your debit card or anything like that. It's all through the town, but it's just an easy way to get surveys out. You can send out emergency alerts if there's a fire in town.
Is that the one that they just asked you for, like, your number of people in your household income, and your zip code? They don't ask
No,
like any of
we're
those.
talking,
We're talking different things.
it's a emergency alert system that basically they'll either send you a text or
Well, no, we were talking about
The survey.
surveys.
yeah,
Yeah.
income surveys.
Yes.
There is an app that just sent out.
What it is that it's a survey that's put out, like Paula said, it was put out twice by mail. And all it wants to know is how many people are in your household and what the average household income is. So that they can get an idea of what the average household income is for the whole town. And it does cost, well, no, wasn't it a grant?
It wasn't
It
any,
was a grant. I did not get paid for doing it,
Yeah,
but it is a grant.
and we can also use, Adams County's information, answer to your question. Sometimes Adams County results are better than the actual town's
What do you mean by
results.
that? Like,
The same thing, but it's that's what I've been told. So, I don't know. Oh, it's online.
In fact, I think we went to your house, Amy, when we went door to door. I think we went to your house. Probably. Because I know we were down on that street, down on that area.
we get them quite a bit, but we don't stop on the phone. Whether you get an answer or not, I don't know.
But that's up and coming, and I think Tricia might, have that suggestion from RCAC, with that. She is working side by side with, Curtis, Butterfield, the, Keller engineer that we have now. Trying to coordinate that so that it all comes out to what he's trying to work out, what she's trying to work out, and, get get Lynn, doing it.
I just think for it to be like truck operator on the, I mean, she talked and it sounded pretty good. Like, we had a good thing going, we just stuck with it.
And you can always take a survey and then
Yeah,
it's not beneficial, so it's all the results that we all wish for, but it's a teeter-totter,
But you won't know unless you do it.
right? Right. And our clientele has changed since the last time we did, so.
Cases all the time.
Anna, do you have any more? You're closing up shop.
Yep, I'm all finished up, thank you.
No, anything I had a question about has already been answered.
I have a question.
Yes.
Anna's talking about bringing in revenue to this town, and then Jeremiah's talking about spending money on this emergency thing. That's kind of contradicting what Anna said.
Very, very little bit of money for the emergency.
I don't wanna pay for something I'm not gonna use,
Okay,
Jeremiah.
would you rather have, if you were out of town, would you rather be told, notified
it never
that
got
your
used
house
the
is on
first time we had
fire,
it.
or just let it burn?
It never got used the first time we had it.
Well,
You don't have to sign up for
you
it.
don't speak for everybody in town. That's why we're gonna do a survey to get the townspeople's opinion on it. The majority rules.
Okay, we have another hand up.
A few town meetings ago, Paula brought up I'm just gonna say 250th birthday celebration for the United States, because I can't pronounce the other word. Have you guys had a chance, thank you,
I
have you
think
guys had a chance to look at any of that stuff, and are we going to get
There's-
involved? Like, are we gonna,
we can, and that's something that we might bring up. I mean, we've got,
well, I know she brought it up and she asked you guys to look at the website and see if there were
Yeah.
things we actually wanted to do. I was just wondering if anybody is.
I have looked at it, and there's a lot in there, but I think it would be great. I think it would bring the town people together and
Yeah.
give us
there's
a reason to have
amazing
more events and, you know,
From what I understand, you can design your own program.
yes.
You don't have
It's basically just got ideas that you can go off of, or you can come up with your own, and kind of same thing that, Chamber of Commerce is trying to bring in different things to bring the community together to liven up our town a little bit.
Right.
My wife's working on doing a car show, here in Lynn, and we're trying to figure out a place to have the car show, because there's not a whole lot of area, and I mean, we do have wide street down the main street. Might be something that we can have people park on the side, but it brings in people. We've already got people from other states that are planning on coming over,
Okay,
and,
that's chamber stuff, but,
yeah, but it's gonna bring revenue to our
think
town.
twice about your wide streets, cause that's the highway, and I don't know if you'd be able to use your highway.
Yeah, we can't use Highway 21.
Well, people can park on the side of the road there.
Okay, but I'm just saying that you'll have to get special, just like the parade has to get special permission to
Yeah.
close that up. Okay,
Yeah, I wasn't talking about closing off the street, but.
oh, yes. Gross.
Speaking of events, the church is sponsoring a craft fair on the Friday of the Derby. And if you have any crafts that you want to show and sell, it's a $10 deposit, which you will get back on the day of the craft fair when you show up.
And it's here, right?
Yeah, it's here in the fellowship hall.
Get
And
your fires out.
we want local, Lynn residents showing their crafts.
Robert, you have a chance to speak at this moment. Yes.
Does it work?
Yes.
We don't need a new one.
No, it's not been asked for.
Well, I wonder why that wasn't being used.
Maybe he wanted to work his muscles.
Ah. Anyway, but that's anyway.
Suggestion.
He likes to work smarter.
Yes.
Yeah, Yeah, go ahead.
Like so, our staff is, I don't know how long ago, and most of us bank to have an auction of surplus goods that the town no longer needs. At the moment, they're all out there, stuff rotten away, rusting away. By the time that's auctioned, that's not even gonna be a word worth the price of what it's sold. So, you know, I'd like to know what we're gonna do about this. Do I need to make another motion, or can I make another motion?
No, Anna has already, slapped her hand, or my hands on that, so, that will be addressed here as soon as I can, arrange things.
Well, what happened the last auction was people would go and look at all the stuff in one lump sum, say, look at the lot in one go. Then, oh, I want this one, they put a bid in an envelope, and it included the net.
Right.
Is that how we're gonna go?
Probably.
Well, that sounds good, well, we need to get this going, because there's money to the town.
Right.
Possible things for that, I mean, spring is coming, we can buy asphalt, and crack season, you know, which has to be done. You know, does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
That's all I want to say.
Okay.
Move to adjourn.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you. Second, Jamie.
Yes, it is. Last week,
Thanks, Robert.
I couldn't hear nobody talking.
Oh, we already adjourned.
I'm sad, but I figured, I don't want to do it.
Oh, yeah, it's,
January 10th. So we had it, so. And he did some more maintenance and dishes and now legally.
I mean, it would pass this You're filled to the guts.
And my husband is Jeff Fields. And then the other is Jeff Fields, without the S. And his